We have a lot of changes happening in January. Life changes, money changes, income changes, expense changes, a lot of changes. And so I'm going to take you with me throughout the month. I'm going to go through what I spent in the month of January. But to start, we need to go over the budget. So right now we're going to create the budget. I'm going to tell you what I'm expecting for income in January, what I'm expecting my expenses to be, and then we're going to talk through all of the changes that are happening. First change, if you're familiar with this channel, this is not my normal setup. I'm in a rental. And so the lighting might be wonky, the sound might be wonky, I'm not really sure. But we will talk about it. So let's first go into my budget. Friendly reminder, I use Quick and Simplify. I've been using it for a long time. I tried others, I like this one, so that's what I use. Let's start with income. Income is different because I just left my full-time job. So I no longer have a solid paycheck I can count on every other week, which is terrifying and also exciting at the same time. It says WR direct deposit. All of these are my full-time job. We're gonna have to end this series. So we're gonna view series and then we're gonna delete series because it no longer exists. God, all of these are being deleted. Right now we are left with first paycheck is I do marketing on the side for a company and I am paid $37.50 before taxes are taken out. I need to find my phone so I can figure out what taxes are. $1,125. So from this paycheck, I gross $26.25. Edit series, we'll go $26.25, $26.25. And then we have to add YouTube income. So we'll go add manually, YouTube, and YouTube income, $7,364.38, but that is net. $51.10 is what I gross for YouTube in January. This is basically what my income looks like gross, $7,735, which is significantly less than what I've been used to in the last few months because I had a full-time job. But that is fine. That is fine. The one thing I don't factor into my income is sponsorships because if you've been a viewer of this channel, you'll know that I have put some sponsorships into my YouTube videos. One, I don't ever know when I'm gonna get paid from that. I know that just from hearing other influencers talk about it, there's a long delay before you get paid from an ad that you put in a video. But it just seems so like I'm treating sponsorships like I treated YouTube in the beginning. Like it doesn't exist. It's bonus money. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like I will get paid at some point, but I'm not counting on it in any way. It is just bonus money that will probably go into a savings account when I get it. Let's quickly go into savings goals. I'm gonna create a savings goal for taxes because I'm putting money away for taxes every time I get paid. So we'll go taxes, $33.15 for taxes this month. Okay, we're in bills. Bills is a little confusing. And so this is kind of where we need to break down what we're doing. Google One is just a subscription, business expense, $21.24. Venmo house cleaner. Okay, so my boyfriend and I, every other week where we were living, which was with his dad while he was sick and his stepmother, we paid $95, my portion. He also paid $95 every other week for the house cleaner. We have moved, but we are currently in a rental, and when we move out of this rental, which will be in about 2 weeks, we will pay for the house cleaner to come in and clean. So I'm keeping the house cleaner in there. Rent the Runway, $206. Planet Fitness, I'm keeping for January. I will be getting rid of this in February because the place that we're moving into has a gym. So I don't need this anymore. But for January, $23.07. Rent, this is where it gets a little wonky. Okay, so let's just back up for a second because I don't know that I've filled you in on what's happening. The day before Thanksgiving, and if you're new here, I'll give you a very brief recap. My boyfriend and I think like a year ago maybe, I don't even know. We moved in with his father and stepmother because they were really sick. And well, actually, initially we moved in because we couldn't find a rental. We live on Cape Cod and it was near impossible to find a full year rental that accepted pets, 2 beds, that was not crazy money, that we actually liked. Moved in with his dad for the summer. We were like, we'll get through the summer because that is high season. That is where rentals are sky high and it's very hard to find one. So fall, we'll move out. At that time, we were gonna move out, his dad got really sick and his stepmother had dementia. So we ended up taking on the care role. So day before Thanksgiving, his dad passed away. Obviously, we knew this was gonna happen because he was getting sicker and sicker, but it was actually quite sudden the way that it happened, but he did, he passed away. And so what that looks like now is that it was time for us to move out of the house. Each child, meaning Michael, his brother and his sister, get a property. So that house that we were in became his sister's house. So she moved into that house. There is a Florida house that my boyfriend inherited, and so that will become his house. So we had until January 1 to get out. It is January 2nd right now. We are in a rental for 2 weeks because our place that we're moving into is not available until January 16th. So we're going to change rent to moving. The movers moved all of our stuff out of the house and is keeping it in storage for 2 weeks and then moving us into our apartment when we move. It is pricey. I think it's like $6,000 or $6,500. And my boyfriend and I moved a ton of stuff before the movers came because we were like, we want to simplify this as much as possible for them. It still took them all day to do it. I think it's because they had to wrap each thing individually, so nothing got damaged because they are storing it. So I'm just going to account for my portion of moving and also for the first fee that we have to pay to move in. I'm gonna count my portion as being $4,000, which is expensive. Our rent is also, it's just expensive. It really is. My rent will probably be about $2,500 to $2,600 a month, which is, funny now that like when I leave my full-time job and my income drops, my expenses go up, but that's just the way that it goes. So here's the good news is that I already started a rent sinking fund so that I know I had enough money for expenses. And then I think my first rent paycheck is not actually, because we get the first month free. I want to say it's probably March, I think, when we pay our first rent. So I'll be able to have enough money to cover that. I always want to be 1 or 2 months ahead with rent. But in my rent sinking fund, I have $3,200 already. So I actually will only need to come up with $800. So that's good. Subscriptions. Alarmy, alarm clock, need it, $7.49. CapCut, keeping it, it's worth it. $9.99, YouTube Premium, $23, Stan Store, $99, ChatGPT, $21, Apple iCloud, $99. So bills for this month are $4,600, which is high. It's high. Let's go into planned spending. Groceries, $600. Here's the thing is that because we're in this rental right now, I feel so unorganized because all of our stuff is in 2 different storage units. We're living out of like 2 suitcases. I don't know where anything is. I don't want to mess up this because we're really lucky. We're not paying to live here. We're super fortunate with that. I forgot to mention that. This rental, the woman that owns this house, is really close friends with Michael's ex-wife, my boyfriend's ex-wife, and Michael's also friends with them too. And she doesn't live here anymore. She moved out, I think, a year ago. And so she's going to Airbnb this, but there was this short period of time from her son moving out to her Airbnb in May where this house was vacant. And that was the time that we needed the house. And so it just worked out. She's not taking our money. We might buy her a new washer because hers just broke. We'll do something for her. But we're really fortunate that we don't have to pay to live here. I don't want to mess up this kitchen. I don't want to mess up anything in this house. So I'm like, we're doing takeout. I'm not cooking. We're not doing anything. So I'm saying that because we're going to edit the groceries for this month and I'm going to I'll make it $400 just to be, I don't even think we'll spend that. You never know. Car repair, I'm fine. I think car repair, if something happens, I'll take it out of my emergency fund. My emergency fund is currently at $22,000. I wanted to be at $25,000 by the time I left my full-time job, but I'm okay with 22. I'll just keep adding to it. It's fine. So car repair will release unspent funds for now. Pets, $300. He has a grooming appointment. We need that. Christmas gifts, we're deleting this. So gas, $150. Yep. Personal care. I have a hair appointment in January. I'm going back to my old hairstylist. I've tried several on the Cape and they're all really nice, but I don't love them anymore. Like they're just not, I miss my hairdresser. She's like an hour and a half away, but I messaged her. She's very hard to get into. She doesn't take new clients, but I was like, please, if you have an opening, please take me back. I will drive to you. So she's taking me back. I think it's gonna be expensive because she's gonna have to do a lot to get it to where it needs to be. So we're going to edit this and we're going to make this 500, which is freaking expensive. But this also includes personal care. This also includes, I have to replace my face powder and a few other things. But here's the good news, okay? So personal care I have at 500, but I created a sinking fund for personal care and healthcare combined. And that sinking fund is currently at $750. So, and I'm just gonna keep adding to it. So I already have enough money to cover that if I need to. Stuff I forgot about, 100, we'll keep it. Restaurants needs to go up because I think we're gonna do a lot of takeout in the next few weeks. So we'll go restaurants, we'll just go to 300. I don't know, I'm just gonna like go high because I have no idea. Last night we already did takeout. It was New Year's Day. So Farm Kind Donation, this is the animal welfare organization. I did an ad for them and I believe in them wholeheartedly. I met with there's two founders of this nonprofit. I met with one of them, talked about how they find their nonprofits that they donate to and their whole process. You can read about them. It is linked below in my Stan store. I highly recommend, even if you don't donate, you just go and learn more about them. Their goal is to end factory farming. Doesn't mean you have to go plant-based or be a vegan, but you can still donate and support the cause of just making sure that these animals actually have an okay life. It's just awful the way that these animals are treated. And so I am donating to them every single month. They are, again, in my Stan store. You do not have to donate, but if you wanted to at least just learn about them, you can go do that. Coffee, $40. We're gonna up this because I'm not even making coffee here. Let's go 70. I did get a lot of gift cards for my for Christmas from the people that I worked with. So plan spend is $1,945. If we look at January 2026 spending plan, it would look like I have negative $3,100, but that's actually not the case. Again, I basically already have the money, the $4,000 for moving. I basically already have the planned spend money. So after bills, planned spending, and other spend, my actual number is positive $4,335. I'm very fortunate that I waited to leave my full-time job until I had no debt. So really going forward, the only thing I'll be paying for is my health insurance and the rent to live, and obviously fixed costs, fixed groceries and everything. So anyway, this month is positive 4,300. Most of that will probably go into my high yield savings account. Again, that sits at 22,000. I want to get it up to 50,000 as quickly as possible. Once I'm at 50,000, I will feel content to where I can just transfer all the rest of my money, anything from sponsorships or anything else, I can transfer all of that into investment accounts. And again, I will be adding to my rent sinking fund so that I'm always 1 to 2 months ahead. I'm never behind. One thing I forgot to mention that I am incorporating back in is getting my nails done. I don't know if this is gonna be a full-time thing, but ever since I stopped getting my nails done, I think it's been like a year. It feels like it's been forever. It's just the one thing I really, really miss in my routine. And every time I look at my nails, I get so aggravated. I still have the at-home kit that I really enjoy, but especially with it being tucked away somewhere, I just wanna get my nails done. I want a French manicure. I just miss it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a French manicure. And I'm not gonna feel bad about it because you know what? I'm not doing it for anyone else. I'm not doing it so that somebody can look at me and think a certain way. I'm doing it because I want to look at my nails and enjoy them. That's why I'm doing it. And I also purchased, totaling $24 yesterday, face powder because I am oily and I ran out. I literally have no face powder left. So I replaced that, but I only got a small travel size one. So that was $24. And then the last thing is my boyfriend and I, because we literally live down the street from his ex-wife, I think they're 5 houses over, and his daughter bounces back and forth, half the time with her, half the time with us. So they came over last night and we got dinner and we paid for dinner. So $124. My boyfriend and I have a credit card, a joint credit card. So anything house related or dining out, we put it on that card. We get the points so that we travel, it doesn't cost a lot, and we equally pay it off. So my portion of that is $62. So that's what I've spent so far. I'm going to the cobbler right now. This is not gonna cost me money right now, but I'm going to, these 2 shoes are my favorite. I'm gonna have him clean them up because they're quite a few years old at this point, and we're not buying new shoes. And also I'm going to have him take the red off the bottom. And I said I was going to do this before in one of my other videos. A lot of people said I was stupid for doing it and to just keep them because I already purchased them. I don't want to because I just don't like wearing very obvious branding anymore. It just bothers me. I don't feel the same way about it. It's the same thing as like if I had a Louis Vuitton bag or tote with the monogram all over it, I'd probably sell it. Honestly, I don't want to walk around with a glaring brand on my shoes. It bothers me. So as long as it's not crazy expensive, I'm going to remove it, put black on the bottom, and then have them just be a neutral, regular heel. So let's go see. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. The other thing I was hoping to do is I'd like to remove the red on the bottom. Is that possible?
Okay. Make the whole thing black?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, why are you doing that?
I just don't like to wear brands,
Oh, okay.
you know, and it's
Fair
like
enough.
a glaring brand.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I like the shoe. Okay, so it did actually cost me a little bit of money. He is going to dye my tan pair of shoes, clean up the black ones, put black sole and black paint on the bottom. I know I'm paying more money to debrand it, but that's what I want to do. So I hate the red. I hate the red now. So total is $180 and I paid half of that now. So that cost me $90. Let's go get our nails done. Hi, gel manicure. Sure. Thank you. Okay, so nails cost me $40 and I tipped her $10, but I tipped her with cash. So I'm not counting it because the cash is kind of found money. My office, I got money from some of the people that I worked for. Like I did marketing for real estate agents, and the agents, you know, some of them gave me money individually, and then the office as a whole did like a collection and gave me cash and a card, which I feel so weird about for the holidays. I feel so uncomfortable about it, but what am I gonna do? So anyway, I tipped her with that. So $40 out of my checking account for my nails. I'm gonna go get lunch, but lunch, I received a gift card from one of the agents that I work with. This agent is like the nicest human I've ever met in my life. She has a full-time nursing job. She's a nurse practitioner at a hospital in Boston. She is also a real estate agent. She also owns multiple properties, a few of which she's renovating. I think she has like 6 or 7 children. Some of them are grown, but still, she's still caring for them a lot. She helps out at the senior center, and yet still, anytime anything happens to anyone, she is there right away. She's always touching base, asking if you're okay, doing whatever she can to help. She is the nicest human I have ever met in my life. She makes me feel like such a terrible person because I tell her all the time, I'm like, I am so selfish. I can't even think about doing the things that you do, let alone following through with them. So anyway, when my boyfriend's father passed away, she sent me a gift card to one of my favorite places, takeout places, that's all plant-based. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, who does that? You're so nice. So I'm gonna go get lunch. I'm gonna get a few things for lunch for the next few days because like I said, I'm not really grocery shopping and I'm not cooking in this rental. And then finally, I will be done with errands. I will be done with things I need to do, and I can just stay home, hibernate for the next few days, and get work done. There we go. It's so much snow in the last like 2 weeks. It's a lot compared to the last few years. So one thing I just did, I didn't spend money. I actually reduced the money. Is I just paused my Rent the Runway subscription for February because. I'll tell you why. I didn't cancel it entirely because I didn't want to fully do that, but they allow you to pause it, which is great. And I still love this service, stand by the service, had it for many, many years, as you'll know if you're a viewer of this channel, but I get 2 shipments a month. So I was due for my next shipment because I worn all the clothes, ready to ship them back, get the next set of clothes. And so I had to go onto the platform and research what I wanted to order. And I just found myself thinking, like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to scroll to find the clothes to rent. It just felt like a time suck, and it felt like something I had to do, not that I wanted to do. And so that alone, I was like, I think I want to just pause it. I don't think I want to rent clothes anymore. Doesn't mean I'm going to go out and buy clothes, but I do think going forward, I am at a spot now where I can very sparingly, once in a while, add a key piece to my wardrobe that I will have for a long time. I'm definitely not ready to do any online shopping. I don't even want to go through Rent the Runway to find what clothes I want to rent, let alone actually researching things to purchase. But I think that when the time is right, I will be ready and I will be fine. So I'm saving myself in February, $206, which is great. Hello.
Yeah.
No, I like the chocolate. No, it doesn't really matter to me.
Sure?
Yeah.
Good.
Rice good.
These ones, right?
Yep. No bread. Cheap peanut butter. Tell me what an organic social tonic is. Better alcohol alternative. They call it the float. No, I'm gonna say no. But great marketing. Okay, so we decided to get groceries, but minimal. Well, we thought it was minimal. The total was 200. My portion is 100. So, but I think this will save me because I'm so sick of takeout. And then we're gonna go get takeout though right now because I haven't prepped any food and I don't feel like it. So.
26.73.
So what is half of 26?
13.
$13. $113 on a Sunday evening.
I can just get you to be impressed with me once. Just keep
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I'm so excited about this purchase. So happy. Remind me to get them beer.
Yeah. I'm gonna add a couple of there too.
I'm in the pet store parking lot, and I don't know if you can hear that, but the person next to me has music so loud. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, I've got to buy some cat food because he's out and he'll eat dry food sparingly, but he's been getting dry food for like a week and he's starting to hate me. Every time I put the dry food down now, he just looks at me like, really? Really? So I'm going to get him some wet food that he really enjoys. And then I'm going out to dinner tonight with my old colleagues from my job that I just left last week. And I don't know what that dinner is going to cost, but it's going to cost something, so I'll update you. I hate that they sell these by the single because I want to buy a whole pack of them. What he does like, he likes the good stuff. I kind of equate this to fast food. I could be totally wrong, but he loves the fancy feast. And I think, you know what? He has been dealing with bland dry food for some time, so we're gonna get him this. $20.05 for cat food. I just spent $50. Yeah. $50.11 dropping off my laundry, wash, dry, and fold. So $50.11, and also I have clothes in the back, which I probably would have. I'm not going to have them wash it because they'll dry it, and I just don't trust it. So I'll probably bring them to the dry cleaners and have them do it there. So laundry is going to be a little pricey in the next week or two, but that's fine. I just spent $122 on Amazon because my cat is a scratcher like all cats. So he has a scratching post that he loves and he uses all the time. He basically demolished it. So when we moved, I threw it out and I was like, I'm gonna buy another one when we move into our new place. But he needs it because we're in a rental right now and he's starting to, I caught him scratching a chair and I was like, no. So I covered all the furniture and I bought him the scratching post. So that should come in today. And I also got my dog a choke collar, which sounds inhumane. I promise it's not. I promise he's fine. But he's a puller, and I've worked on this his whole life with healing. I've tried and tried. We've got a trainer. He's a puller. And it is so icy where I am right now that I almost fell numerous times. I'm like, I'm not doing this. So $122. And then the other thing, which is good, I looked at my Roth IRA and I just transferred $600 into that. And I think I have $1,200 more to go before I max it out. So I think, and you have until April to max out your Roth IRA. So I think I can max it out this month, and then I'll be good for the fiscal year of 2025. And then 2026 comes around and then I refill it and I try to max out again. So that's great news. The other thing I have to do today is I have to try to transfer over my 401k because I had it with my employer, and now I'm going to keep it with Vanguard, but I think I am going to make it a solo 401k if that's what I remembered. I looked it up. I don't fully remember. I have to see, but I have to do that today or tomorrow because I want to keep contributing to it, and I can't the way that it's set up right now. So there's that. We're getting coffee. I'm actually not technically paying for this because I got a few Dunkin' Donuts gift cards for Christmas from the people that I worked with. So also, you know, what's interesting, I found 2 Visa gift cards for $50 each that I think they're like a year old at this point. I don't even know if I can still use them, but $3.84. How much do I have left on this card? $8.98. I love getting Dunkin' Donuts gift cards. They're great. The downside though is that I started using the Upside app, which was a sponsor in a previous video, which you may have already seen. This is not sponsored, but I do legitimately use this app now for coffee, for restaurants that I go to that are applicable, and for gas. And so the downside of gift card is that I don't get cash back because I'm not using my card, but it's free, so that's fine. Yeah, on that, again, not sponsored, but like, why wasn't I using this so long ago? I could have saved so much money. Kind of a no-brainer. It's like Rakuten. I used to use Rakuten. I might have went really hard on this creamer. I used to use Rakuten all the time and get so much money back. But that's because I was spending like crazy. I don't really use it anymore because I don't spend anymore. But the beauty of Upside is that it's all the stuff that I have to purchase. Like I have to buy gas. You know? All right, I have to go get a mammogram. First one. This is exciting stuff. It should be done. I am 40. And my colleague, who I absolutely adore, she's one of my favorites. I love her so much. I miss her so much because I'm not working there anymore. She had breast cancer and she's been pushing me for like a year and a half. She's been on me to get a mammogram. So I am going today to get a mammogram. Quick stop to get a few small things before I head home. Also, something to note, if you did not watch my last vlog like this, where I do what I spend in a month, you will not know what I'm talking about. But I got a lot of comments, one of the things I'm going in to buy is peanut butter. And I got a lot of comments in my last video, like, why the hell do you buy so much peanut butter? Valid question, because I do consume a lot of peanut butter. And I'll tell you why. Because I eat between 1 to 2 tablespoons every morning with breakfast. And I also make my own protein bars. And I go through those protein bars pretty quickly because my blood sugar drops. And so I usually need something if I feel that happening. And so I'll snack a little bit in between meals. And so my homemade protein bars require a decent amount of peanut butter. So that's why I buy so much peanut butter. I don't understand. Oops, excuse me, sorry. Where the hell is the peanut butter? Yep. I don't think they have it. Crap. Well, this is a bummer. I don't know if palm oil in my peanut butter. Let's see this one. Green peanut sea salt. That's what I'm talking about. This is just too much. Lonnie, Celsius, overabundance of drink products.
Scan coupon now.
$32.92 later. Not bad. Going to IKEA. There's also a lot of people here for only being 10:30 in the morning. Smile and wave. Smile and wave. It's a video. Do you see this?
one thing that I do think that I would actually like a lot.
Buying stuff,
Doesn't make sense.
sheets, cutting board, menu. What's the total?
$90.
We spent $90. I look professional with a stick.
Domestic Disturbance. It was a Van Halen album.
What was half of that? $57. $57. Plus 40.
Are we okay with that?
Yeah, we're tracking it. Good. I'm shaping old minds.
And young.
I forgot about one key expense in January, and I don't know how I forgot about it, but it's Michael's birthday. So we don't do gifts really ever, especially in Christmas. We don't do gifts, but for a birthday, we usually do a gift, and it's something that one of us does not want to buy, so we'll just tell the other one, and the other one will get it. So at least it's something useful that we know the person likes. But his birthday is the 24th, I think. I'm so bad with birthdays. So that's coming up. I'm gonna have to do that. And then now I'm going to go and make the donation to FarmKind because I'm gonna do it this month, so I might as well just do it now because I have an hour to kill before I get on the phone with my family. We Zoom every Sunday just to kind of see each other's faces and touch base. And then Michael and I are going grocery shopping, fun-filled day. Dick's Sporting Goods because he needs sneakers. I think is a big mistake. I think you should buy them online and try to find a sale or something that he likes, but he's decided to buy sneakers and he's been thinking about it for a long time, and today's the day. Dick's.
I have a release date.
I think one of the ugliest sneaker brands. Fight me on it. Don't care. He's gonna do a fashion show.
Can't even get my shoe off without cramping up.
Well, it's a little squeaky. To know. Yep.
Love the color, hate the fit.
We found the bog bags. Awful.
Why are they awful?
They're like Crocs, but for your bag. And here's the thing. They're fairly... It's true. They're $70. $70 for a bog bag. Why? If you don't think we have a water bottle problem, look at this. And that's not it. That's not it. Look at this. This is one store. Seriously, we have an epidemic here. It's so bad. These are the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Call me crazy, but this is actually one thing I would buy because it's so much easier to take video and photo than holding your camera the whole time. This would be so easy to vlog with. I'm not gonna buy them. Not yet, but maybe sometime in the future. I was initially wanting to get this, but this is almost $20 for decaf cold brew. I mean, it's in a glass bottle. It looks nice, nice branding, organic, but almost $20. It's on sale, so that's a plus, but even on sale, $64. $64, let's say it right, total for, well, $127 total for groceries. My half, $67. It's not, wait, did I say 64 or 67? Either 64 or 60, whatever half of 127 is. I don't really know. Yeah, that's really sad.
I know.
Yeah.
Very good, thank you.
56.
There you go.
Oh my God, I nailed it.
On the third try.
We're moving right now. We just dropped off suitcases and the things that we've been living with for the last week while we were in a rental. So all of our stuff is still in storage. We literally just moved into this place about 30 minutes ago. And what's interesting is that I'm going through all of the drawers and all of our stuff and trying to figure out where to put everything, and looking at the runners and just all of the stuff that we have to put away and figure out where to put it. And I find myself wanting to create a list of all of these things that I want to buy because I'm in a new space and it feels like I'm starting fresh. And so I just want to have like everything perfect and organized. And the fact is that I really have to check myself because one, we'll probably be here for a year, two tops, because at some point we will end up in Florida or buy a property. And so also I have to remember that even if I try to make it perfect, I know myself, I know both of us. And in 2 months, none of the organization stuff or storage items or things that I purchase will feel novelty or new anymore, or will make me feel any more organized because things will end up messy and cluttered and disheveled. So the best thing I can do is just eliminate as many things as possible. So that's what I'm going to try to do. There are a few things that we need to get because we need to deaden the sound. So we do need to get like a few rugs. Like for instance, we have, these drawers are really deep. So I'm like, do we need to buy all sliding drawers to connect, to come out? And I'm like, just freaking deal with it. You don't need to do that, because in the next place that we go to, we probably will not take that stuff with us. And so it's just funny because I did not consider this to be an option. I just assumed that when I kept thinking about moving, I'm like, it's gonna be such a great excuse and opportunity to declutter and get rid of so many things. And that is true. But I did not take into account the feeling of wanting everything to be new and fresh. Also, our furniture that we have existing does not match with the aesthetic of this place. None of it, like our bar stools definitely don't match. And I'm so inclined, I did not consider this to be a problem, but it is now that I'm here. Like I'm so inclined to go out and buy new things. I'm not going to, I'm really not, because again, we're not here for that long. So it's either going to be a hodgepodge of mismatched things that don't work, and it might bother me for the first week, but I'll get used to it. You know, it's not the end of the world. At some point, probably in like a few weeks after we put it in, I won't even notice it. It'll just become comfortable. I'll be content. It won't bother me. Or I do a little DIY and paint it myself. Not something I've ever done. I don't consider myself to be the most creative person. I'm like zero creativity, maybe like 1%. So just interesting that I keep finding myself wanting to buy things. And I have to stop myself. I have to catch myself. If this had been me 3 years ago, or even 2 years ago, I would have made a laundry list of things that I would have gone out and purchased today or tomorrow, because not only do I want those things, but I cannot wait to have those things. Like my brain would have said, you cannot be comfortable until you have it perfectly set up and decorated the way you want, which is kind of bull crap, because if we know anything about shopping and dopamine, we always return to our baseline, whatever it is, the baseline of content, comfortable, complacency, used to the thing. We always return to that no matter what. But what I am gonna do is organize. There's so much stuff to go through. And I don't wanna throw, like there's things I wanna throw out, but it would just be wasteful, because I'm like, why would I throw that out? Like we can still use it. I just wanna throw it out because I don't wanna deal with it. I just don't wanna look at it. But yet, like some Tupperware, even some granola bars that I will probably eat this week, but I don't like looking at it. So, but I'm not going to. So I'm gonna keep going, because I think this is gonna be like a multi-week project. One other thing to note, because if you did not see, I don't know, there's one video where I explained this. And if you don't see that video, you will have no idea what the hell's going on with my hand. My self-tanner exploded. And I washed my hands pretty thoroughly, but after I washed my hands, I cleaned up the entire mess that was all over my floor and everywhere. And obviously I got some on my hands. And that's why this looks like this. I've tried everything. I have washed them furiously. I have tried tons of makeup remover. This stuff is on. So I think it's gonna be another few days before I fully get this off. It is what it is. It's interesting, right? It's kind of interesting. Quick update on spending. So when we arrived, they could not give us, I'm like, I'd have nothing to, the phone is on the counter. I feel like I'm so low here. So when we arrived, they could not give us the keys until we wrote them a check. And Michael did not have his checkbook. I did. So he wrote them a check while I waited in the car. And then he just got back and I asked him what it was. I thought it was $500 because that was the fee, I don't know, the fee to move in. It was actually $2,900. And so I guess we had to pay the $500 and then half a month of rent. And then, but in February, we don't pay rent. We get 1 month free, which is nice. So I just paid $2,900. He is half of that. Yeah, rent here is just expensive. Another update. This move feels expensive. So Michael just went to Target and BJ's to get like basic stuff. We needed a utensil holder, trash cans, laundry detergent, trash bags, and he picked up lunch. And I think between two stores and lunch, it cost him a little over $400, and we split everything. So mine is $200. And I was just talking to him and I was like, this is so much more expensive than I anticipated. So I actually think I'm going to have to transfer about $2,000 from my emergency fund into my checking account. I was like, yeah, I'm totally ahead of it. I'm great. I've got a few $1,000s in my rent sinking fund. Like I am ahead of where I need to be. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not. So I'm actually going to have to transfer some money from my emergency fund into my checking account to cover all the expenses. The movers are coming on Friday. That will be about $1,700. My part, his part is also $1,700. And then we have a few other things. So ironically, I just made a video. I don't know if it already went up, and I said, I almost never take from my emergency fund because it pains me to do that. Like my emergency fund to me is untouchable. Very true. Until now. I don't like it. Like I feel like I am breaking a seal of some kind. It's making me feel a little bad about myself because I thought I was ahead, but it's fine. It's okay. I will get back on track at the end of the month, and then February will be an easier month because again, not paying rent. So it's okay. Look at how messy that is. I mean, this is just the start of it. Like I shouldn't even be saying it's messy. It's gonna be way worse tomorrow. But I just spent $40 at Amazon impromptu, but I needed toothbrush replacement heads. And I have a monitor. It requires an HDMI or HDM1 cord, which I didn't have. So I just purchased that. And the other thing I realized is that I should probably do that now. I have to purchase Michael's birthday gift. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully that's fine. And he wants a golf bag, which fine. And it's about $300-ish. Good news is that during Black Friday, I purchased a stand-up desk, which was about $280, and I put out my credit card, paid the credit card off right away because that's generally what I do. Then we found out we were moving here, and this has an office setup, but it's not really conducive to a stand-up desk because we have very limited space in this apartment. So I returned it. And now I have a credit to my credit card because I had already paid it off. And that credit is almost $300. So really his birthday gift will cost me, I don't know, like $40. So that's a score. I'm gonna buy that now. I'm gonna make that purchase right now so I can get it done and out of the way.
Why do we have 4 lemon presses?
Okay. The best thing about this place, I have a gym basically all to myself. Talk about good timing. I woke up this morning and the first thing I do every morning, whether this is good or not good, I don't know, but this is what I do. I check my bank account and I check my credit card, even though most things don't really change. But this morning I woke up to a deposit of $5,900 and I was like, what the hell is this? The memo from where it was from was like, it wasn't YouTube. It wasn't my other marketing job. I'm like, where the hell did this come from? Michael's like, if this is a scam, do not touch it. Went in, looked at it for a while, thought about it. I was like, maybe this is a sponsorship payment. And then I went to the back end because I have a management company and I went to their back end and I was like, yes, I did get paid for some sponsorships. So $5,900. Which means I can redeposit that money back into my emergency fund. Thank God. And basically what I do with every paycheck is I ask I know how to distribute my paycheck, but my money coach knows what my goals are, what I'm trying to do, how I want to allocate my money. Like he has a full history on me, so he understands. And so I was like, what do you want me to do with this? So he's like, okay, put I think $1,400 or $1,900 into taxes, and then you transfer this much money back to your emergency fund. This much money goes to your rent sinking fund because he understands that I'm moving right now, so those expenses will be higher. So all of that to say, false alarm, which is great. I mean, such good timing because what I remembered, I went to bed last night and I'm like, why do I feel so behind financially? What am I missing? What I'm missing is that when I did my budget in the beginning of the month, I accounted for this being higher. I budgeted for like $4,000 this month, but I haven't been paid this month. I have no income coming in. I'm expecting 2 paychecks from, which I think I already said, from YouTube and my marketing job, which is a pretty big lump sum, but I have not been paid because one, my marketing job, to be paid, I have to send them an invoice, and I've just not been doing that. So I need to do that today or tomorrow. And then YouTube doesn't come in until anywhere between the 21st and the 26th, and it's the 14th. So that's why I felt like I wasn't really sure what I was doing. Like, that's why I felt like I was a little stressed and behind, because I did account for this money, I did budget for this money, I do have this money technically, it will come to me, I just don't have it yet. So that $5,900, man, that came at the best time.
That's all we're getting today?
Yep. I made 2 purchases at Best Buy. They are business expenses, but sorry, it might be loud. Yikes. So I got the Apple keypad. I got the Apple keyboard and the Magic trackpad because I have a large monitor now because I work from home. I did not buy it. It was gifted to me because they were throwing it out, and it's still a really nice, really good monitor, very large. And so I connect my laptop to that, so I'm working on this big display, but I could still type on my laptop, but it's super awkward because I need my laptop fully up. Anyway, I needed a keyboard and mouse to, better my workflow. So that cost me, what did that cost me? $297.48 that I did not account for. Let's see what my money coach said. Okay, he approved it. I should have asked him before I went. I usually do that. I usually consult with my money coach before I buy something that was not scheduled in my budget and was fairly expensive like this was. But he said it's not lifestyle creep. It's a one-time business investment for productivity and to enhance my workflow. So he's counting it towards progress in business and not lifestyle creep. So he said, I'm fine. So I appreciate it. I need his approval always. I just dropped Aspen off at the groomer after the gym, and I got a coffee, $3.97. I also made an Amazon purchase, like 2 days ago. I forgot to track. The total was $176, and I just got some things for the apartment, like a paper towel holder, a scrubby brush to clean the carpet and upholstery, which was great timing because Aspen decided to have explosive diarrhea. It's great. It's so great. I'm so happy. I mean, we don't even have furniture in there yet, and he's already completely crapped all over the carpet. It's awesome. And he hasn't done that in like 2 years, so I don't know what the hell is happening. Anyway, and then like a sponge holder, like little things. Oh, 2 shower filters and shower heads because the water in Hyannis is not great. So yeah, that came out to $176. And he does have a grooming appointment. So I don't know. It's been like over a month since he went last time. So I don't even remember what the cost is. I'm guessing like $100, $120. Something like that. These straws are really weird. They're definitely not plastic. They almost look, they're speckled, so they look dirty, which is not great. Okay. So I need to go shower. I need to go take a shower. Quick stop at Stop and Shop because I realized that I don't have any paper towel to clean up Aspen's mess. So that's what we have to get. And I also have to get milk. Almond milk, not real milk. I'm looking for a specific type of paper towel because that's what I like. I like the brand called Viva, V-I-V-A, because it's thick and it's absorbent, but we're going with the quicker picker-upper. $37.29. The benefit of this is that there's no furniture in here yet. So at least I don't have to worry about that, The other benefit is that he did it on a day where he has a grooming appointment, so I can take care of this while he's gone. That's good. Aspen's ready. Let's go see what this is gonna cost me. $118.75 is the total for this little love muffin. Oh, I love you. I wanted to talk about something really fast because I keep forgetting to mention this. I forgot to mention this in the beginning, and then I noticed that I keep forgetting to talk about this. And when I remember to talk about this, I'm either in bed, at the gym, some time when it's not appropriate. So one thing I did not mention is that I have another sinking fund that I put a little bit of money into each pay period anytime I receive a payment, a check. And it's not a lot of money that I put in. It's usually $50 to $100. And I think one of the reasons why I didn't mention it, one, I forgot. I didn't intentionally not mention it in the beginning, but also because I feel like I'm going to get some hate for it. I think I'm going to get a little bit of backlash. I don't know, but it's just what I'm doing. And so I intend at some point to get a facelift and to remove the extra skin under my chin. I've made a video about, I've mentioned this in other videos, but I initially wanted to get liposuction, but I found out that it's not fat, it's skin. So I actually need to have it like nipped and tucked. And so I'd like to do that. I'd like to lift my eyelids are starting to droop a little bit. I don't want to have like the Joan Rivers facelift, but I do want to be rejuvenated, look like myself, but better. I've wanted this since I was 30. I already had it booked once and I stopped when I left my last relationship. I canceled that appointment, but I had said, even when I canceled that, I'm like, by my 40th, I will have a facelift. Obviously I'm 40 and that didn't happen. But this is just one thing that I'm confident I will do. And it's so stupid expensive. It's obnoxiously expensive. So I'm starting to put a little bit of money away each time. At my rate right now, it's going to take me forever. But my goal is by the time I reach 50 to have it done or make sure I have it scheduled to be done when I'm 50. Like I have a 10-year period to do it and I'm gonna do it. And you know, I think a lot of people are going to not like that that's where I'm putting some of my money. It's something that it ruminates in my mind constantly. It bothers me. I think about it often. This is part of my body dysmorphia and OCD. I know that. If I did not suffer from BDD, I don't think I would have this constant narration in my head of wanting to fix it. When I see other people, that's one of the things I notice right away are the things I hate in myself, I admire in other people. Anyway, I'm saying all this because I'm going to do it at some point, and I am pretty dedicated, and I just want to be honest and open because I am putting money away towards it. So, but it's stupid money, like I said, so it's going to take me a long time. It's going to take me a long time to get there, unless I like somehow come into a lot of money, which I don't see that happening, but that's the plan. At least you get variety.
Disappointment, same thing.
Yep. How long did that take you to walk? This was me 2 years ago. I actually already did purchase all this stuff during my last move and it all got tossed. Look how much plastic this is. Yeah, I did purchase several of these before. The spice rack organizers. No, definitely not worth it. $17. I think this will do. Will this do? Yeah. We need towels. Impulse buy.
Cashier number 1, please.
$318.55.
Not bad.
The total. No. Which means my half is $160. We're going to IKEA. It's gonna be a great day.
At Christmas parties. What?
Looking at vanity mirrors. So cheap. Fun fact, I kill every plant I buy, but I'm not gonna kill this one. I'm on a mission to keep it alive. $8.60?
Mm-hmm.
That is pricey. It's moving day, and we have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff.
To put shoes under it and to like put shoes on.
Just had the one more that was in our bedroom.
Yeah, so that one can go right there.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine.
I just talked to Michael, and he's on board with decluttering a lot of the stuff. Probably not everything I want to get rid of. The problem is that he just came in, he just ran out to run errands, but before he did, I was like, we have way too much stuff, way more than two people need. He's like, this is not even the beginning. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, we have all of our stuff in my car, your car, and still in the garage. We have tons of bins, and those are the bins with the stuff that we actually packed first, that we intentionally knew we wanted to bring here. Like, this is the stuff that we actually care about in those bins. I'm like, I don't even know what's in those bins, so do I care? I don't know. But we have a lot of stuff, and so I feel overwhelmed, and I don't want to feel overwhelmed. And I'm finding it really hard as I look around, even back down to travel bags and storage bags, I'm having a hard time departing with. And because our life is so cluttered right now with everything, I don't know where anything goes. This will take us a few days. I'm going to get rid of a lot of this stuff. And I think I'm going to make a third video on this, but I feel completely disorganized. I feel like I don't know how to start this process or what to do or how to think about it. So I just picked up the book. What is the book called? It's called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. She has a few books. I've never read any of hers. She's very popular, obviously has been for a long time. She's not somebody I've ever dipped into, but I've heard this book is great over and over and over again, even in my comments. And so I'm going to read this very quickly, and hopefully that will kind of start me in a good path to get rid of all of this stuff, because I need clarity, I need direction. And the other good thing is that I'm doing a challenge with myself. I don't know if this will be a video or not, but I'm gonna do it regardless. I'm gonna go, I don't know when I'm gonna start this, probably next week. I'm gonna go 30 days without going on social media, because I'm getting really sick of myself. I pick up my phone every 3 minutes. Even when there's no notification, nothing, I just like pick it up and look at it constantly. And I feel like I could be getting so much more done. I could be reading so much more, getting through books so much more quickly if I just give up social media. What really pushed me forward to decide to do this is my sister was in town, I think for Thanksgiving, and I went over there. We were having dinner. We got together, talked for a while, had Thanksgiving dinner, and I was picking up my phone every few seconds. And while I'm in front of my sister, who I no longer see a lot because she's in Portland, Oregon, I'm scrolling, right? Like, they're talking and I'm scrolling. Like, I'm looking on YouTube, I'm looking at comments, I'm looking at Instagram, I'm looking at TikTok. Half because it's like half research. Honestly, I'm always looking for ideas, but the other half is just because I cannot sit in the uncomfortable feeling of whatever feeling that is. And I didn't even notice I was doing it until I was leaving. And my sister's like, I know, you're done. You're scrolling on your phone. You've been on your phone. Like, you're done. You're okay. And she wasn't mad at me, but she was like calling me out. I was like, oh my God, you're totally right. And I felt, that just stuck with me. I don't even think she remembers it now. I remember it. So I'm saying all of this because I am going to start that challenge soon of 30 days, no social media. It sounds easy. I don't think it's going to be easy. Which will help me read this book very quickly because I'm not picking up my phone. And then that will also help me dig into all of the stuff we're going to get rid of. Crazy that I've already done. I think I've done 3 declutters. I've definitely done 2.
Right. How are we doing? We're good. Awesome. Yeah. Well, so the one that we had above the garage.
Yeah.
Why not just zip it off and wash it?
That looks like it. I don't know if just washing in the washing machine will do it.
We got a couch.
Oh boy.
Someone has the same kind of dog as you.
You got it. You got it. We're working through something here, Neil. Okay.
We just got lunch, and that costs $13 my half. we have to tip the movers, and we're tipping them 100 each. So my half is 150 because there's 3. And then the movers will probably charge us today. My half is $1,700. So it's a pricey few days. It's expensive. My job right now is to organize this closet.
This is how it works. He's sketching behind the diary ideas on the fucking window.
About the abusive relationship Monique had with her ex-husband, Dr. Michael McKee, a surgeon.
I think the running theme for this video is that I just feel like I'm spending a lot of money, because I feel like I'm spending a lot of money. So yesterday I didn't record this, but I made a few more purchases on Amazon. I'll tell you what I ordered. It came to $130 something. We got dinner too. So dinner and Amazon purchases came to $140. My half is $70. So I'll tell you quickly what I purchased. Step stool, because between my closet and the kitchen, everything is so high up. We have cupboards that are way too high. I can't reach. Oil for a cutting board, to whatever. When you get a good cutting board, you should oil it right away to reduce stains and prevent things from penetrating and prevent it from cracking. That's what I bought. It was $10. I also have to buy knobs for our entertainment center back there. I feel weird because I feel like I'm spending way more money than I should. Or I'm just spending maybe not that I should. I'm just spending a lot of money in general. But I will say that there were so many circumstances between IKEA and going to Home Goods and running by Target, even in the grocery store. There's so many times that Michael and I would pick something up, or I would pick something up and be like, oh, we could use this, and we put it away. I put it back. I'm like, I'm not ready to buy it. Stupid things, like little things down to utensils, all the way up to like a chair or a table or something for the animals. I was like, no, I'm not ready to buy it. In reality, I probably saved myself at least $500 to $600 by really thinking through the purchases. But there are some little things that I'm like, this will make it a little more seamless. And so I wasn't perfect with the little purchases, but I did a lot better than I would have a long time ago. I'm just looking at the other little purchases. And then for the most part, like, I didn't really buy anything else that was crazy. We really like stuck with most of the stuff that we needed. And like I said, a lot of this stuff is mismatched, but I'm already comfortable with it. I'm not comfortable with the mess that I'm sitting in right now because I still have to clean all of this up. So I'm gonna go film. I have to go film, I have to do some work, and then probably around like 2:30, I'll start cleaning this. But it's fine, it's nice. It's still nice stuff, it just doesn't fit in this space, and that's okay. One last thing I did is that I said in the beginning that I canceled, or I paused Rent the Runway. Well, Rent the Runway, they are smart. They know what they're doing. So they sent me an email, and they sent it at the perfect time, because they were like, hey, if you want to unpause your subscription, we'll give it to you for something crazy like 80% off your first month back with us. So I think it cost me like $30 for this month to reinstate it. And they did it at a time when I was getting all of my clothing, like I was taking all of my clothing out of the bins and trying to organize it into my closet and separating all the clothing that I will now sell or get rid of. And it just made me realize, like, I really want to get rid of most of my stuff. Even I've already gotten rid of so much, and there's so much more I want to get rid of and sell. And I just don't want to own anything. And the last thing in life that I want to do right now is shop for clothing. There's nothing else. I'd rather go to the gynecologist than go and shop. I'd rather go to the dentist than go shop for clothing right now. I just do not want to do it. And I think that I'm going to stay that way for a while once I get my closet situated. And that's why Rent the Runway is great. So yes, it's annoying sometimes to find clothing that you want to rent, but it's way better than having to deal with dry cleaning, deal with laundry, deal with more clutter in my closet, deal with rotating the things out when I'm done with them. Today, I have to go to Whole Foods because I have to get us food. We have no food. We've been getting so much takeout. Last night when we got dinner, Michael's like, I can't do takeout again. I'm like, we have no choice, buddy. We have no food in this house. So you have to like suck it up and then we'll go tomorrow. So I'm gonna go food shopping. Don't mind all the trash behind me and also on the side of me because Michael decided to fill my car up with all these bags full of stuff that really just needs to go into storage or be thrown away. It's like not useful. Anyway, I just got gas, $43.22. I used my upside, so I got about $2 back with that. Not sponsored. They were a sponsor. They're not of this. I just genuinely use it. And now I have to go into Whole Foods, get food. Then I have to go into Ulta, which I'm looking at. I do have a gift card from one of my past colleagues, so I shouldn't be spending any money there. I just have to get dry shampoo and heat protectant spray.
Did you have a good weekend?
I did. Did you?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
All right, $116 at Whole Foods, now to Ulta. Honestly, I hate running errands during the day. Like, even though I work from home now, I like my day to be 9 to 4, 9 to 5 working. I do not like spending time cleaning up the house or running errands during a work day. But I feel like my whole week has been screwy with the move, so I'm giving myself a pass, but I feel really guilty about it, if I'm being honest. Seriously, this place is like a drug. I come in here and I go blank. Like, what did I come in here for? I don't even know. Seriously, what did I come in here for? Heat protectant spray, oh, dry shampoo. This moisturizer, didn't love it at all. Oh, but this is the good stuff. This is the good stuff. I love this SPF, but it's so expensive. Say, not a fan at all. Some of the products, but this cleansing balm is a no for me. I've tried so many products from Sunday Riley. None of them really did it for me. Good Jeans. I bought this so many times because people said it was great. And so I kept buying it. But honestly, now I would never buy it because I don't think it was that effective. It actually ended up costing me $5.75, which is fine. You know what's interesting? I have to drop off my Rent the Runway shipment to UPS, and in this parking lot is a Home Goods. And I have not felt this in well over a year, but I pull in and it's literally, I'm looking at Home Goods right now, and I just felt this pull to want to go in just to see what there was, if anything looks interesting, even though I actually don't want to spend any money. There's nothing I want to buy. And there's nothing extra I want in my space, but I still felt this sense of urgency or draw to compel me to just want to go in and browse. And I know if I was to go in and browse, I would find something, whether I need it or not. And that's so interesting because I have not really been in a Home Goods or a TJ Maxx or any of them in so long, since I started this whole budgeting journey. And since Michael and I have been making these small purchases, especially going to Home Goods, I think once or twice, now it's almost like I got pulled back into it. I wonder, and I will not test this, but I wonder if I was to, update my wardrobe and buy a few outfits and like allow myself to spend a few $100s. I wonder what that would do to me emotionally and mentally, and if I would kind of go down that rabbit hole again. I just found it interesting, like I said, because in actuality, there's literally, I want to declutter my life. There's so many things I need to get rid of. I don't want to own anything, yet I still want to go in there and look at stuff and see what I could buy. So weird. This morning, Michael and I went to Target and Whole Foods, and my portion of that cost $133 for both combined. Target, we just got little things like we got hooks and door hooks and just like a few little things that we needed to kind of organize. And then Whole Foods, we obviously got food. Today is his birthday. So I have to get this video up tomorrow. And I was editing it last night, and we're over an hour at this point. So there's a chance 0 people are watching this video, and I would understand it. I would get it. So I'm going to basically end it here. So again, I spent $133 tonight. We are going to dinner. It'll probably cost, I'm going to factor about $200. I'll factor about $225 because generally going out to dinner is expensive in general for us, and I'm the one paying for it this time. We're not splitting it because this is his birthday. So I will figure that in. And then the next few days, we're getting a huge snowstorm. And so we're gonna be hunkered down. We're not going anywhere. I don't think we're gonna spend money, and then the month will be over. So I have to finish editing this so I can get it up for tomorrow, because I didn't plan this video right. So it's gonna be a few days. It's gonna be a few days early, but that's fine. Because again, I'm not spending any more money for the rest of the month. Like I'm pretty confident on that at this point. So to any select few of you who might still be watching, thank you. And yeah, if you have any tips, suggestions, thoughts, insights, whatever, this video was a hodgepodge of everything. I'm open to any of it, but I appreciate you and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks.